Emmanuel, God is with us. Hey! Emmanuel, God is with us. I have a little bit of a harvest here. This is my first Amish paste. Very happy to have that. Check my green zebras. Still hard, but it's getting bigger and bigger. And let's go over here and check on these black vernissage. You know, if you study long, you study wrong. So I'm gonna take this one, even if it's a little early. I can't take no chances. I am not the only person in this garden.
Let's check the big tomato garden. I sense a tomato tasting coming, if my eyes are not deceiving me.
This was the first tomato plant to provide fruit. It's not quite ready yet, but it's getting there. I looked at it and I saw those green shoulders. Sometimes these old fruits will have green shoulders and ripe fruit, and I got excited. I got excited, but I need to slow my roll. She's not ready, but I'm picking off my Amish paste all the time. And see, I was kind of thinking this wasn't gonna work out for me because I want all my paste tomatoes at one time, but it's working out for me because this thing just, it does produce quickly for me. This is the third one I've picked, and I'm gonna sit in the house and it may get a little bit redder than that, you know, because I had one get blood red, but I can't, you know, I can't let them get to that point because, you know, I got to eat. I got to make sure I get my food.
Today's tomato tasting is this beautiful Amish paste. Now, I know these can get bigger for other people, but I've been trying to grow these for 5 years, and this is my first successful year, so I am very, very happy with this. My paste tomato of choice is Aroma. Okay. Oh, yeah. Now, I can see the meatiness in there like a paste tomato, but it looks a little bit juicier than a paste. So I would be inclined to call this an intermediate, and it doesn't grow like my Roma tomatoes. This is not determinate, so I get a few tomatoes at a time. Not the best for a person who wants to grow sauce. It's not like you get a whole bunch of tomatoes at once. You get a few tomatoes at a time. And it does look a little juicy. I'm not a salt on my tomato kind of girl. I like salt on a tomato, but I feel like the salt, instead of bringing out the flavor, it's the salt flavor that I'm enjoying. It definitely is not like a non-paste tomato. When I'm cutting through it, it's got a pasty quality to it. I want you to see that. See that pastiness to it? But it has more juice and seeds than my Roma tomatoes do. And that's my standard for paste. All this Marzano and stuff, I'm an old-fashioned Roma tomato girl. Okay. Okay. I might be changing my mind. I'm gonna eat my second one. I don't want to rush to an opinion. That's good. I would classify Amish paste as an intermediate paste tomato. It's not as pasty. It's not as dense as my Roma tomato. My garden is in a high area of pollution. I'm in the city. So the skins on this are pretty tender for as long as it took. The faster the tomato can grow, the better the skins can be. Now that I've had the first test raw, I'm going to add a little salt and see if things change. I don't often add salt because I can't see salt. There's no telling how much salt is on there. what I'm tasting for is to get a concept of how it would taste in a spaghetti sauce. I'm on the fence with this Amish paste. I think it's because I'm so used to Roma tomatoes. They are the tomatoes that I use for my salsa and everything. There's a mushy texture to the Amish paste. It doesn't quite go as dense as the Roma tomato does. So if you were cooking it, you're gonna have a juicier sauce. And I don't know how you're gonna feel about that. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that. And then also there is, from my point of view, a disadvantage in that I have a small garden and I have to just pick a few Amish paste tomatoes at a time and wait until I get enough for a salsa or a sauce. Whereas my Roma tomato gives me all of the tomatoes at a time or within a week or two. So for a week or two, I can have homemade marinara sauce, okay? I suck the juice out. The meat sucks off of the skin. So if you are a person who cans tomatoes, this would be an easy one to can. The tomato is not attached to the skin good. So it's, if you want to peel the skin, you don't even have to boil it. It comes right off, see? So there's some pros and there's some cons. But it has a good flavor to it. My favorite so far this year is a cherry tomato. It's the Jasper tomato. So we'll see if that changes. Amish paste. It's a good paste tomato. It has paste categories to it. But then it also has like a beefsteak category to it. But then it kind of gets me in that it's too mushy for me to be a good raw eating tomato. So it wouldn't be a good raw salsa tomato. It doesn't have enough bite. It's kind of mushy. So I'd say it would be good for cooking and for in salad to be good too, because it has a umami flavor to it. Like it tastes like it has butter in it, and it kind of melts on your tongue. So it has a good umami for a salad. It's really unique tomato. I never knew such a thing existed. So I have about 5 or 6 of them in the garden because I knew that they would just bear 1 or 2 at a time. So I'm going to get the opportunity to experience these Amish paste over a long period of time. So maybe in the winter they may be different. Or maybe I'll learn to grow them faster so the skins aren't as thick. But the skins, come to think of it, the skins don't get thick on my cherry tomatoes because they grow so fast. But a lot of times on my beefsteaks and stuff, they're fighting with the pollution, so the skin gets thicker. And I need that to get those extra vitamins and minerals. It's a new month, new praise. Hey, glory, 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 glory. Yes, Lord. Yes, yes, yes. Jesus loves you. And guess what? I love you with all the Jesus in me. Be blessed, beautiful.